Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Vihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Yasodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yasodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Vihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Radha Vallabha Sri Radhe Jaya Jagannatha Jaya Jagannatha Jaya Baladeva Jaya Subhadra Jaya Prala Narsimhadev Prala Narsimhadev Prala Narsimhadev Prala Narsimhadev Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev. Nitya Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitya Gaura Hari Bol. श्री श्री गौरीता की, श्री श्री राधोल भगवान की, श्री 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 जगन्नाथ बल सुभद्रमय की, शिल प्रभुपाद की, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे. हरे कृष्णा. Bhagavad Gita book. Thank you. So Hare Krishna. So today we are reading from Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, Canto 6, Chapter 18, verse that are for today we are going to discuss are 72 and 73. Actually, today's verses are very, very important because they are talking about the result of devotional service. We all heard about devotional service that Diti has performed by following instruction from her husband Kashyapa Muni, and the results are coming now. So how glorious results are? Results are Bhakti Yoga, and we will discuss more in depth as we proceed. So meanwhile, let us invoke auspicious by remembering Lord Vishnu. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Okay, as I said, we are reading verse 72 and 73 from chapter 18 of Canto 6, Śrīmad Bhāgavatam book. Okay, so we will, let's read word by word first, the verse number 72, then we'll read full statement. Krataha me saptadha garbaha आसन सप्ता कुस्मरकः कुमारकः ते अपि च एक एकस्य वृखनः सप्तदा न अपि मम्रिरे कृतो मे सप्तदा गर्भः कृतो मे सप्तदा गर्भः आसन् सप्त कुमारकः आसन् सप्त कुमारकः ते अपि चक्षके कासो वृक्ना ते अपि चके कासो वृका सप्तदा अपि ममरे सप्तदा नापि ममरे कृतो मे सप्तदा गर्भा आसन् सप्त कुमारकः te api chaike kasva vrakanat saptada napi mamirire krato me saptada garbha asan sapta kumaraka te api chaike kaso vrakana saptada napi mamrire asan sapta kumaraka te api chaike kaso vrakana saptada napi mamrire krito sapta kumaraka te api chakso vrakana saptada napi mamrire krito me saptada garbha asan sapta kumaraka te api chakso vrakana saptada napi mamrire. Hare Krishna. Vaishnavis. Happy Mamrire. You want to try? No problem, I can follow footstep of sister. No problem, she will do tomorrow. One sister tells her, she will do again. Okay, so let us read translation word by word from Srila Prabhupada and also purport of the next verse. Okay. Krataha cut me by me saptada into 7 garbha the embryo asan there come to be sapta 7 kumarakaha babies te they api although cha also ekasya each one vrakanat cut saptada into 7 na not api still mamrire died. So translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki. First, I cut the child in the womb into 7 pieces, which became 7 children. Then I cut each of the children into 7 pieces again. By the grace of Supreme Lord, however, none of them died. So there is no purport. Let's go to the next one. Translation. My dear mother, when I saw that all 49 sons were alive, I was certainly struck with wonder. I decided that this is a secondary result of your having regularly executed devotional service in the worship of Lord Vishnu. So, let's read Prabhupada purport also. For one who engaged in worship of Lord Vishnu, nothing is very wonderful. This is a fact. In Bhagavad Gita, chapter 18, verse 78, it is said, Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna, Yatra Partha Dhanurdhara, tatra Sri Vijayo Bhutir Dhruvanitir Matirmam. Wherever there is Krishna, the master of all mystics, and wherever there is Arjuna, the supreme archer, there will also certainly be opulence, victory, extraordinary power and morality. So this is my opinion. Yogeshwara is the supreme personality of Godhead, the master of all mystic yoga, who can do anything, everything he likes. This is the omnipotence of the Supreme Lord. For one who pleases the Supreme Lord, no achievement is wonderful. Everything is possible for them or for him. Om Ajnana Trimindasya Jnananjaya Salakaya Chaksurulmitam Ena Tasme Sri Guruve Namaha. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishnapadaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Tinamini Namaste Sursadevi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Pachata Deshatarini Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadara Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vananda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So this verse, this statement is actually made by, who is making this statement? Lord Indra, correct? King Indra. Okay. So why did he make this statement? So let's take so this in the context of the statement that Indra is making. So this is a very powerful statement. So this statement primarily making about, the power of bhakti. So this whole chapter, started with describing various demigods, lineage, sons of Aditi and Diti. So the chapter title, as it says, Diti vows to kill King Indra. That was the vow she made, but did she kill Indra? No. Instead, what happened is the transformation. And actually, so this chapter is not so much about woe of, Diti, but it's about transformative power of Bhakti Yoga. Whatever may be the intention, but if you are continuously following Bhakti Yoga, that transforms the person. So intention was the title of the chapter. Diti was to kill Indra. So why did she made such a vow? So because her first twin sons, who were there, Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu. So these two were killed by Lord Vishnu by taking Vraja-ra and Narasimha on behalf of Indra. On behalf means Indra is appointed to rule this universe to make sure that activities are going fine. So, but these Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyaksha, they become so powerful. They stole Vedas, gave trouble to Bhumi Devi. Then Hiranyakashipu went and took over the kingdom of the heavenly planet, so which Indra was ruling. And of course, not only Indra, but also many other, devatas, they were administrating different aspects of the system. This is basically taking over a appointed kingdom. A kingdom that is appointed by Lord Vishnu for the well-being of all the living entities here. But that kingdom was taken over by these Asura mentality persons. If it was taken over by another devotee, Lord Vishnu would have not worried about it or not concerned about it. Correct? Or maybe Indra would not have been concerned also. He would have said, okay, another devotee took it, maybe he's performing this ruling better than me. So let him do it, then I will go back to spiritual world. That's what he would have decided. But in this case, Hiranyakashipu took over. So then of course Lord Narasimha has to appear to kill him, but not directly for the purpose of Indra in this case. So it is because to protect a devotee. So that was the reason why Narasimhadeva appeared. But however, you can see, so Diti was not so much angry on Prahlad Maharaj. So there's a twin son, Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyaksha. Hiranyakashipu was the first son of Diti. She should have been angry. Oh, this Prahlad, simply saying Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya all the time, and my son Hiranyakashipu has to, wanted to kill him or trouble him. So there Narasimhadeva came. I think there was a soft corner for grandson, correct? Son, grandson. So usually they are more soft corner to grandson. If you see a grandfather or grandmother, they are very, very soft corner. Even if you are very fearful of your father, you will not fear grandmother, grandfather. In fact, sometimes you take their protection. So they are like a shield in front of your father. If your father is very strict, mother is very strict, they are your protection. So this is how some of you might have experienced in villages or where we generally have a bigger family. Correct? In cities, only nuclear family, husband and wife and 2 children or 3 children, or no children. So that is city life, but if you go to traditionally, Vedically, or even villages, generally you also have grandmother, very common everywhere. So that's the protection. So she was very soft with Prahlad Maharaj, but whereas Indra, very strict. Not only that, Indra is not a direct son of Diti, he is a son of Aditi. So co-wife's son. There's always some rivalry, correct? Some enviousness will be there. And this was explained already there. Anyway, so because of that, she became very angry. Then she decided to somehow or the other get a son who is powerful enough, strong enough to kill Indra. We know that killing Indra is not easy. So it's not Indra. Indra has thunderbolt weapons. Airavata, very strong, his carrier, plus his big army led by Kartikeya. Defeating is not easy. Correct? Forget about killing. So he is protected by so many of those. So therefore, she wanted a son who can kill. And then of course, we all heard about the methods he has devised. She wanted to get a son. Of course, to get a son who is such powerful, she has to flee her husband, Kashyapa Muni. Kashyapa Muni was a very powerful Ashtanga yogi. So he can grant, no problem. But he decided. So when she expressed her wish, we know that she said very nicely to her husband. Husband was very pleased. His mind was fully attracted to her nice behavior, how sweetly she was speaking, how nicely she was serving, that care. So he was very, very impressed. Then he said, I will give any benediction that you are seeking. Then immediately said, oh my Lord, I am desiring for a son who can kill Indra. So now Kashyapa Muni was in trouble. Kashyapa Muni has to devise another means to purify her. He said, yes, no problem. I have given this word and I will give you a method by which if you follow it for 1 year at least, you will definitely get a son who will kill Indra. But suppose if you deviate little bit anywhere, that son will become friend of Indra. So that is the benediction, and he has given her Vishnu Vrata, how to perform Lord Vishnu Vrata nicely. And in fact, she was performing. She performed, and this news actually went to Indra. Indra also has his spies, correct? So every government is not just a king, government will also have spies who will find out what is happening everywhere in the universe. Even Australian government has spies. Everyone. The governments generally have. So they will put one there, everywhere, what is happening. So either anybody trying to devise a means to get against us. So they will give tips on what is happening. Like that they are even in the organization also. Correct? Sometime they may be not appointed spies, but they will simply, say what you are doing. If they are making some mistakes, just to keep you in trouble, they will go and tell you, temple president, for example. If it is a ISKCON, for example, in Melbourne. So all this can happen anywhere. So they are appointed or non-appointed, formal or informal. So this news went, and therefore he has come. He was thinking, what do I do this now? So if someone is, performing Vishnu Vrata, even for Indra also not possible direct to attack. He said, so he just went there and trying to be very nice son and helping her in her seva. So he was trying to find any possible mistakes this Diti can make. Unfortunately, she was everything following very perfectly her husband's instruction on how to perform devotional service to Lord Vishnu and Lakshmi Devi, Nara and Lakshmi. So he was continuing. But one day, she somehow slept. Maybe she was very much tired and doing so much of tapas, and so without washing, legs, and just like a nap, correct? So she was taking a nap, and then this Indra thought, oh, this is a great opportunity. What did Indra do? Indra became smallest of smallest. Indra also has Ashtasiddhis, correct? When you have Ashtasiddhi through your mystic power or by the grace of Lord, you can become smaller than smallest, bigger than biggest. So he became very small, tiny, then entered through our nose, and then, so what he has done after entering, that's what this today's verse is. So he entered. So, there is one word that is repeating quite a lot here, sapta. 72. Yeah. So you see saptada. There are so many times the sapta is repeating. Sapta means 7. They usually sometimes say Sapta Rishis. Those 7 Rishis, the 7 specific stars, those who wake up early morning, like those who come in the Mangalarati. So at least 4 family members are coming Mangalarati every day, that is guaranteed. So if you are coming, especially on the dark day, not full moon, Amavasya day, you will see it's very dark, and then you will see 7 stars very shining. That's called Sapta Rishis. Sapta, 7 Rishis. Sapta, 7. So here what did Indra do? So why is this Indra speaking like this? Because just few verses earlier you will see that when Diti wake up, she saw 49 sons. She was astonished, and they are leaving. Why she was astonished? Because she wanted just one son. And at once you got 47? 47 or 49? Yeah, 40. So he say, so very, very surprising. So when she surprised, so you can see, so here he's saying that, all of them are leaving. So it was surprising. So therefore she asked Indra, oh my dear son. Actually, when she started this vrata, that time she was so much envious. She wanted to somehow or the other, to take this revenge. But after performing almost 1 year of seva, the tapas, she has become so calm, so peaceful, so compassionate, and accepted this Indra as, oh my dear son. I wonder how so many sons are born, Maruta. I wanted one son. Please tell me. So it was request. So therefore, this is the answer from Indra. So Indra is saying, oh my, starting with, he replied, I cut the child in the womb into 7 pieces. So first, he entered into womb, then using his thunderbolt, so he cut first that baby embryo into 7. And then he was astonished that all 7 are living. Like, Siamese twins, twins, these are like, maybe there are already those many twins were there. He cut first part 7. Oh, they are still saying, speaking, oh my dear brother. They're saying, we are your brothers. The inside the womb, they're saying, we are your brothers. Please don't cut us. Don't kill us. So then he got even astonished. Even after I cut, they are leaving. Now when they come up, what they will do to me? Then he became even more little angry. Then he cut each one of them into another 7. And all of them are leaving. So he says, so then I cut the children into 7 pieces again. But by the grace of Supreme Lord, all of them are leaving, no one is dead. So this is actually the power. So next he is saying why this happened. Why they are leaving? So that is also Indra's realization. He says, my dear mother, when I saw 49 sons, that is 7 into 7, 49. So 49 sons were alive. I was struck with wonder. So even Indra also struck with wonder. He never saw such a situation in his life, where you cut a person into 7 pieces, fine. Imagine, let's say we are cut into 7 pieces. Is there any chance of leaving? But instead, every embryo of that part became living, then another cut, again living. So he was got, wonder, surfeit. But he's also saying, so, he was struck with wonder. So he said so I decided that this is a secondary result of your devotional service. That devotional service that you perform in the form of worship to Lord Vishnu. So this is a wonderful, thing, a situation that Indra has saw. And clearly what Indra is saying, so this is a secondary result of devotional service. So that means there must be primary result also. Correct? So let us take a look at what is the primary result and what is the second result of devotional service. So when we perform any kind of service to anybody, so there are results. So if you perform a devotional service to devatas, like demigods like Indra, Chandra, Varuna, Parvati Devi, Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, and also very prominently many places they worship Durga Devi, Kali Mata, say Parvati Devi. Devis, worshipping devatas, devis and devas. So there are results. And those results are temporary. So all our endeavors in this life, so there are temporary results which are called prayers, and there are ultimate results which are called prayers. Shreyas. Prayers and Shreyas. Okay, the results in the form of prayers and Shreyas. The prayers results are temporary. See, for example, you perform, say, great bhakti to Mata Durga Devi. So what are you really seeking? Dhanam Dehi, like that you start with. Arogyam, Aishwarya. So we usually seek Arogya, health, Aishwarya, wealth. You seek beautiful wife, highest position in the material world, or small, done some position better than what you are. Correct? So these are the kind we seek. And are these results permanent? These are temporary. Because maximum you can enjoy the results up to the end of this life. That's it. Even if you pray, or you are with your own endeavor and ability that Lord has given. Ultimately, even the ability that we have got is given by Lord. And with that endeavor, you excel materially. Those are the prayers outcome, the temporary results. And the results last only up to end of this life. The power, position, material wealth, whatever you occupied. But it depends upon how you use them. If you use them, so only this life, after whatever next life. 8.4 million life forms. One person dies, next life may be human, maybe animal, maybe tree, maybe sparrow, maybe fish, maybe crocodile, depending upon all our karma. Again, we have to restart this same process. Correct? So this material world is designed to give us frustration. In fact, sometimes we think when we are young, energetic, we think there is no problem in this world. Everything is good, very happy. But however, slowly we realize as time passes, time will bring in deterioration, its effect will start acting. At least, even if you somehow manage to live comfortably, but slowly health will deteriorate. So some frustration will come. Or the people who are supposed to cooperate with you won't cooperate. Frustration will come. Frustration will come in everybody's life. You become a prime minister of a country, within 3 to 4 years, frustration will come. At least, definitely for prime minister. At least in Australia. You all know that. So you become somehow prime minister by, working so hard in politics for 40 years, 50 years. Somehow you manage to get that position, and most of the time you get the position by challenging other party. And who is the person who is challenging? Your own close friend, who was your treasurer, who was your defense minister, and who was your law minister, correct? Who are your education minister? Like these ministers are there around you. And how did they become? You appointed them. And those people one day will challenge you. Then they take away your position. The moment they take away position, the person becomes so much dejected in life, so much morose, rest of the life finished. They were actually rich, powerful, but the moment this happened, first, you know, how come this person whom I appointed as a treasurer or some other minister, this fellow challenged me and take over my position overnight. Overnight only actually. By the time you wake up, finished. The morning message will come. This so and so has thrown challenge. Then he also has some, spies. They will tell. Unfortunately, 60% of all these MPs are going to vote for him. Then what do? He says, let me better sleep, take some rest instead of going to parliament. Because once the challenge are there, you're going to lose a face. So sometime they will go and contest, sometimes they will say, okay, let me not worry, okay, let him be. Because they can at least say, they will say, I am an undefeated hero. At least they can feel like that. Because if you stand there and you're going to lose, that is more insulting than just give up. And you see in Australia, this all the time happens. Just go back 3 years ago, see how changed. Go back another 3 years ago, that's what happens. And this is like this, repeats everywhere. Either your own person will take away position, or the citizens will throw you out. Either of them will happen. But after that, a very difficult life. This is the position, that's the prayers. Prayers not only give you trouble in this life, but even after that, no benefit at all. Even after that, you have to take some body. Prabhupada always talks about, for example, during Prabhupada's time, this Jawaharlal Nehru was there, other were there. What happened? Always he asks. Even Mahatma Gandhi was there. Active, engaged in politics, the political success. Other personalities, they are also all materially minded only, and they become envious of the success of this person. So this is the danger. So that is one prayer. Now go to ultimate result, prayer, Shreyas. So Shreyas is what we see today here. So first, when Diti performed her this vow, you can see, she said, my dear son. What does it mean? She becomes so peaceful. This envious nature has gone. So we have this Arishta Vargas in our mind, our enemies. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. See, if you see, before she started Vishnuvrata and after she almost completion, what is the difference? Before she started, Krodha was there. So much angry. So much of lamentation that I want to get a son who will kill Indra. But after performing one, she says, my dear son, I am so wondered that I got this, 7, so many sons, and I just wanted one. Please tell me what this wonder, how this happened. And at the same time, Indra also didn't become envious. He didn't try to evade. Correct? She also told honestly, I just wanted to get a one son who can kill you, Indra. But you are so dear to me now. Please tell me what happened. So then Indra also didn't try to evade this. Correct? Indra would have somehow said something and run away. But he said, my dear mother. He started with, my dear mother, I have entered into embryo, I have cut that embryo into 7 pieces, then further into 7 pieces, telling honestly, but they are alive. Therefore, I myself also wondering how this miracle has happened. It's a miracle. In Indra's life, first time he saw a miracle. But he is telling, now I know why this happened. He said, this is the second result of your devotional service that you performed in the form of worship to Lord Vishnu. You can see this is the second result. That is the primary. Primary results is he developed pure love of Lord Krishna. And she achieved Brahma Bhuta platform, stage. Brahma Bhuta. So when you were in Brahma Bhuta, Prabhupada always talk about Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma. Prasannatma means very happy, prasanna, happy, auspicious and happy Atma. Brahma Bhuta. So she achieved that Brahma Bhuta. When she achieved Brahma Bhuta, na sochati, na kingsati. When, by performing Lord Vishnu worship, Vishnu means both Lakshmi Devi and Narayana. Just like here, when we are worshipping Lord Krishna, we are worshipping along with Radharani. Right? So, Lord Krishna, direct expansion is Lord Vishnu or say Narayana. Then, of course, Lakshmi Devi is Radharani's direct expansion. So, when you are worshipping Lakshmi Narayana, you are actually worshipping Radha Krishna. Actually, when we are worshipping Radha Krishna here in our temple, we are not really qualified to worship directly Radha Krishna. Even though they are form of Radha Krishna, actually they are Lakshmi Narayana. So our worship to Radha Vallabha is actually we are worshipping Lakshmi Narayana. Yeah, so this Keshav Prabhu mentioned in his his course on Chaitanya Charitamrita. Yeah, so direct, we don't directly, that you have to be really purified. You have to purify just like Radharani. You have to be so pure like gopis. So we are not revealed that gopis prema bhava yet. So therefore Lord said, okay, you might see me as a Radha Krishna, but you are going to worship. So this is our Lord grace. So he doesn't create too much of complexity for us. Simplify. You see me, but you are worshipping me through. Yeah, so see, so she didn't lament about it. Oh, I wanted one son, I got 49. Sometimes we think, oh, one will be very powerful rather than getting so many. Like sometimes we say, oh, instead of having 100 mouse-like children, why can't I have one tiger, son-like son? Sometimes mothers also will say, oh, in our family we don't want hundreds of children just like, a mouse. But we want just one who will be like a tiger. Correct? She wanted one Prabhu son, but she got 49, 47, so many. But anyway, she became very compassionate. She achieved that state. Then of course, it says, Lord says in one of the verse, this is actually quality of devotee. So she ended up becoming a pure devotee by performing this Vishnu Varsa. Because of that, she is not lamenting, not angry about any of this matter. So, but she became so kind to Indra. Means she has become kind to everybody. Sama sarvesu bhutesu. Isn't it? The most highest enemy for her before starting was Indra. Now that same Indra has become dear son. That means everyone is dear now. Correct? So, sama sarvesu bhutesu. So, this has happened because of the devotional service. Lord Krishna in Bhagavad Gita, he says, mad bhaktim labate param. So, in such a state, achieved and she started performing pure devotional service. Started with impurity, but became pure. Correct? Cheto darpana marjana. So, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, what does he say? When you perform this Sankirtana, through that Sankirtana is so powerful, even you are that dust on the mirror, like in our heart, basically. Our heart has filled with so many all these enemies, and it became too hard. You can try, if you have a mirror, then the dust start accumulating, if you quickly clean, it will go away, it will become very clean. You don't clean for a year, just leave it there. After the dust, some water, vapor and all falls there. Then slowly they become stronger. You leave it for a couple of years, they become so stronger that you can't remove it at all. You try to remove it, whatever weapon you got, the mirror itself will break. Sometimes if you have mirror somewhere lying, then it becomes so strong that, on darpana, on that darpana mirror, so this dust, you can't remove at all. No amount of water will remove. It will become as a part of that mirror. Try to do scratch, nothing will go. Only mirror will break. Yeah. But here, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying that when you perform the Sankirtana Yajna, so Sankirtana Yajna means, of course, chanting holy name of Lord. Along with that, you also hear Lord glory, correct? So when we come to temple, yes, we might come to take darshan of their Lordship, but we end up doing, Vandana to Lord, correct? So we end up doing obeisance to Lord, and we end up hearing Lord glory, we end up seeing His form, and we end up hearing His name also, correct? So when you enter in temple, what happens? So there is kirtan going on, therefore you hear His holy name, and we have eyes, we see a Lord, His Rupa, then somebody speaking His glory, Nama Rupa Guna, then somebody speaking Leela also, Leela of Lord. So how wonderful Leela has performed. So even on Bhagavad Gita. So this is the Leela. A supreme personality of Godhead becoming your charioteer. Isn't it wonderful? Imagine. So you come, in Australia, Prime Minister comes and become your servant. He will cook for you. He will clean your table. He will make your bed. He will go and do shopping for you. Not only that, he will go and work and earn the money and then do the shopping. He doesn't say you. That's wonderful, isn't it? It looks like wonderful. But here, even more wonderful, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is Sarvaloka Maheshwara. He is not a servant of everybody. But he is a Sarvaloka Maheshwara. One who is the Lord of all the lokas, Lord of all the lords. Bhagavan. Right? Devadi Deva. He is the Deva of all the Devas. All these 33 million devatas that we have in this universe, like there are so many universes, and so material world, spiritual world, material world. So he is the Sarvaloka Maheshwara, and this Sarvaloka Maheshwara has become chariot driver of his devotee. Isn't it wonderful? Right? So this is a kind of wonderful. So Lord, so happens. So this is prayers. Shreyas and prayers. With Sarvas, Shreyas when we perform puja, Prabhu from Bengal, he knows. There you go to Ma Durga, Ma Kali, so say Dhanam Dehi. So like this, Dehi means give me Dhana. Dhana means money, wealth. Give me beautiful wife, give me beautiful husband, give me highest power in Bengal, Chief Minister of Bengal. Like that people pray. So these are, but these prayers, yes, let us say Mata bestows you. But they are prayers, temporary. But here we see these are ultimate result. So Indra says, actually the protection of Diti's son, all 49, they were alive. They were glowing like a sun. When Diti Mata wake up, saw, each of these are glowing. But by that time she became so pure hearted. Cheto Darpana Marjana. All her envious that were there inside her heart cleaned. Full pure devotion. When in pure devotion, everyone, Lord says here in Bhagavad Gita also, the person in this pure state, so he will see Lord in everyone. In hathi, in elephant, in dog eater, in cow, whatever he sees, he sees a Lord inside. When you see such a person, he becomes very peaceful, happy himself. That is Prasanatma, became Prasanatma. And she was in Prasanatma, she is talking like this. This is such a wonderful. Actually, Prabhupada says this is not at all wonderful. For a devotee who is, dedicated to Lord Vishnu, everything is possible for the devotee. And Prabhupada is talking about, in this verse, he says, one who is engaged in worshipping Lord Vishnu, nothing is wonderful. So, therefore, Prabhupada is quoting the last verse of this Bhagavad Gita. What is the last verse? So, Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna. Who said this? Sanjay. Why Sanjay is saying last verse? Because the first verse started with question to Sanjay. Dhritarashtra asked him, Dharma Chetre, Kuruchetre, Mamaka, Pandava. He's saying that in Dharma Chetra and Kuruchetra, my sons and Pandu's sons, they assembled there. And what did they do? They're having Krishna Katha? No. So they have gone to fight war. So that was the question. Then of course, throughout the rest of the all other verses is all about dialogue between Krishna and Arjuna. Then Arjuna said, I have surrendered to you. Initially said, I didn't want to fight. But after hearing Gita, what is morality? What is dharma? What is the duty of human? After he said, oh Lord, I have understood my duty. I am ready to execute. He didn't say, oh Lord, you are such a mystic power. Why don't you give me ass? I can throw on this army and kill. He didn't ask such mystic power. Correct? If you go and do, even in India, you go to some ashram and all, so there will be sadhu sitting there, you offer your obeisance, maybe give some money and request him, I have so many enemies, please give me some weapon so that I can kill them. Correct? So such a request we make. So they might say, here is, he will take ass or vibhuti and do some mantra, take this, throw on them. All the demons will go away. Like that happens. But here, Arjuna didn't ask those. Says, I will perform my duty. So this also means that just because we are performing Lord Vishnu's worship, Lord Radha Vallabha worship, so we can't say, Radha Vallabha, give me a highest position in Australia, make me a richest person in Australia, make me highest education. I don't study, but make me the first top student in Middle Park. No. So you have to perform your study, that's our duty, no escape. But do it well. But because your mind is engaged in Lord Vishnu, and you will do your duty, whatever ability you are given, you will study nicely. So you come first, second, doesn't matter. Actually for devotee, it doesn't matter whether they come first or second, they don't care. This is a secondary. If they come also, no problem, all right. This is Lord has given me some grace, I will take it. So they have to perform the duty, whatever may be your occupation. Whether your occupation is a researcher or a teacher or a accountant or a software engineer or a cleaner or whatever may be your position, you need to perform the duty perfectly, honestly. So just like Arjuna did. Arjuna did, of course, Lord Krishna can, he already said, but however, he didn't ask those benefit. Instead, I just perform this activity to please you, to fulfill your wishes. So this is what he's taken. And here this last verse, the inquiry started with the Dhritarashtra. Then after hearing all this in Bhagavad Gita, finally, so okay, Arjuna was ready to fight. And then this is concluding. So then he's answering this Sanjaya. He's telling Dhritarashtra, oh Dhritarashtra, wherever Lord Krishna is, wherever his devotees together, so there victory. Yatra Yogeswara Krishna Yatra Pardhanara, Tatra Sri Vijayo. Sri means opulence, wealth. Vijayo, victory. Tatra Sri Vijayo Bhutir, Nitir, Matirmam. Niti, morality also will be there. So he is clearly saying that wherever Lord is there, Lord and devotees are there will be opulence, there will be victory, there will be extraordinary power, bhuti. Power, not simple, extraordinary power. See, for example, Hanuman. Hanuman, what is his birth? Vanara. Correct? But his power, you see, he was able to lift mountains. When Lord Rama, oh Hanuman, can you please do something about Lakshman's situation? Correct? You know that in Ramayana, when Lakshman was almost state of, seems like, he's going to disappear or die. So then everybody suggested we need to bring Sanjeevani from that Himalaya, Parvata. They said, what do we do? Who can quickly go there and grip him? Where is Sri Lanka? Where is Himalaya? Who can go and bring within 10 minutes? So they said, Hanuman. So Lord Ram said, okay, Hanuman, please. So Hanuman didn't think any about, simply, Jai Ram. He said Jai Ram and landed there and picked up. Then Vanara will not know which is Sanjeevani, which is Ausadhya, which is medicine, medical plant. That's so, because in a mountain you have so many trees. Which tree I am going to pick up? He says, I am a Vanara. I do not have such an intelligence. Then what do I do? If I pick up something, I take a wrong tree, wrong herb, it's not going to cure. So he said, let me leave the whole thing. My Lord knows what to pick up. I will just take it there and let him pick up whatever is appropriate for it. So this wonderful ability in Vanara came due to association of Lord Rama. And this wonderful ability for this Arjuna to be able to defeat this, Kaurava army, not easy. If you just count a material count. So the army, when your army means your number of soldiers. How many soldiers were there in Pandava side? Around 1.5 million. On the other hand, Kaurava side, almost double. More than 2.5 million. When you go with a small army, you go alone, and other side 3 people are standing. Right? So defeating 3 people can be very difficult. And who are those people? All these Bhisma, Karna, all very powerful, Athirathas and Maharathas, known to be, defeating everyone. And defeating them is possible because of this Arjuna associated with Lord Krishna. And Lord himself is a chariot driver, and under his direction he was able to defeat or kill any army who came in front of him. It is impossible even for Arjuna to kill them, but it is possible because there is Yatra Yogesa Krishna, Yatra Partha Dhanudhara, that together. So here Yatra Yogesa Krishna, Yatra Partha Dhanudhara. So Partha means a devotee. So therefore in your life, if you have a Lord with you, Lord is always there, let me say. Every living entity has a super soul. Lord is with everyone. But we need to have an intelligence to recognize that Lord is there and He is giving all this ability. So acknowledge it, then live truthfully, live honestly, perform your duty honestly. Then Lord will give you sufficient ability to cross over the dangers of this world. And then you achieve all your results will be Shreyas, Shreyas and Shreyas. There will be ultimate benefit. Ultimate benefit. What is the ultimate benefit? Ultimately, so when we leave this body, we want to be able to remember Supreme Lord. So the next life we want to take birth in spiritual world. Preferably Goloka Vrindavan, otherwise Ayodhya Loka, otherwise many Vaikuntha Lokas are there. If your Ishta Devata is Lord, Narsimadev, you go to Vaikuntha Lokam Narsimadev. If your Ishta Devata is Lord Sri Ram, you go to Ayodhya. If your Ishta Devata is Lord Narayana, you go to his Loka. So all auspicious. So that is the aim, highest benefit of worshipping, Lord. So you can see, so here, through surrender. Correct? When you surrender, you know that you are confident Lord will protect you. So may not be bodily, but ultimate. You are seeking ultimate benefit. And that is what ultimate benefit. And this is the second result. Even if you see Prabhupada, at the age of 70, correct? At the age of 70, we can hardly walk. We need a stick. We need one more third leg, correct? Up to 50, 60, with 2 legs you can run around. After that you have one more leg, correct? Isn't it? You have seen those who cross 70, 80, 90, they will come with one more leg, holding stick, 1 or 2 also sometime, 2 more, correct? Sometime you need to have one, so all this will happen. But Prabhupada at that time, at the age of 70, so because he pleased Lord Krishna, and Lord Krishna has bestowed that ability, further mercy. Because of that, he was able to establish, this Hare Krishna movement, establish organization, International Society for Krishna Consciousness, at the age of almost 70. Correct? Then after that, he didn't work for another 100 years, just 12 years. Within 12 years, all wonderful things happened. It's like simply miracle. Making Hare Krishna mantra chanting, hippies, and transforming their life into happies. This is a transformation. Just like Diti has transformed from envious nature to a pure devotee become so compassionate to Indra. Similarly, they also became. So Prabhupada transformed that. This is other ability. And then of course, how is it possible for a person of 70 and 75 to translate Śrīmad Bhāgavatam? This Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, this is not one book. Like this, 16 books are there. Then Chaitanya Charitamrita, so many books. Then you see Krishna book. Then you see Nectar of Devotion, Nectar of Instruction. Then Mukunda Mala, so many Narada Sutra, so many books. And in our life we won't be able to read them. So many books. Correct? So this is the ability. So when you please Lord, you get all this ability. Otherwise making, it is impossible. You can see Ratha Yatra happening everywhere. And you can see, worship of Lord happening anywhere in the world. So then of course Prasad distribution, all this wonderful achievement that Prabhupada has done. So this is because he took shelter. So same way, so you can see these all are, we see ourselves. This is not anything far away. Correct? So similarly, you can see the second results and the ultimate result. So you perform your devotional service, definitely there is second result. Second result is here, that protection. Protection is the second result. Actually, this second result is the primary result for Jnana Yogis. If you are performing Jnana Yoga, what is your goal? You are trying to counter this misery. That is your primary goal. For Bhakti, this is a secondary. Lord will give you. And this is the illustration. And in fact, this chapter is, illustrating the power of this Bhakti. And of course, you see the later, and other also we hear how Prahlad is protected from danger. Correct? Did Prahlad, say Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudeva to get protection from Lord so that his father won't trouble? No. It doesn't matter, even though he was thrown into pit, he was given so many troubles, but he simply remembering Lord Vishnu, correct? Smaranam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudeva. Simply always meditating on Lord Vishnu, not for the sake of protection, just out of love of Lord, out of bhakti. But Lord has come and protected the secondary benefit. The secondary benefit. So like that even Dhruva Maharaj. Dhruva Maharaj's aspiration. What was his aspiration? Material aspiration. He said, I want a kingdom better than my father. Because my co-mother, so she said, no, get out. So unless you're born in my womb, you are not eligible to sit on this thorn. So what did he do? He went, in anger, he went, like determined. I want to pray to Lord Vishnu in the direction, under the guidance of Narada. He prayed and prayed and prayed. But when the Lord Vishnu appeared, he says, no, I don't want any of this. This is simply a broken piece of a glass. Just, I'm very happy if I am having your darshan. But that is second result also he got. Second result, the protection. So like that even, Ambarish Maharaj, Ambarish Maharaj story. So when this Durvasa Muni, so he created a demon out of his head, like, pluck. Some of these Muni do. You go and displease a Muni, they become angry, their hairs are very long, they will just pluck out of anger and throw on you with one curse. So if they are very powerful, immediately a necessary weapon or a demon or somebody appears, behead you. He tried to do that. But what happened? So Lord sent a Sudarshan Chakra. Sudarshan Chakra was chasing him. He went everywhere and even went to Vishnu, Brahma, Shiva, then Brahma, Vishnu. No, said, we can't do anything about this. Finally, you have to go and, seek help of Ambarish Maharaj himself. Of course, the devotee is very kind. That para dukkha dukki. They don't mind to give up their life in other one. So he says, so he was protected. So here the protection is secondary. That's what I'm trying to say. So all this protection, all the devotees have received. Even the protection, Gajendra also received. Gajendra, when the crocodile was holding his leg and sucking blood out of it, so, initially Gajendra thought, I can somehow, get out, but it's impossible. But when she remembered, Vishnu came and protected. Anyway, just to summarize, so here you can see Diti, although started with aim of get a son who can kill Indra, but the aim transformed. The transformation of heart, Cheto Darpana Marjana, due to her worship of Lord Vishnu, that Vrata she followed for a year. So as a result, all her Arishta Vargas are gone. Even though she got sons, not just one, 47 sons, then all of them became pure Vaishnavas. Immediately they were also appointed Devatas to rule and make sure that everything happens. And the Lord protection is there. Protection outside, protection inside. Earlier we discussed. Lord protects in womb also. So here Marutas are protected in the womb. Like that even Parikshit Maharaj also protected inside the womb. Lord Krishna protected from Brahmastra. So like that you can see. And Bhakti, what it shows is the transformative power of Bhakti. Hippies become happies. All the envious personalities become pure Vaishnavas and they develop love of God. So here either you chant holy name or perform some vandana or hear Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, correct? Śrīmad Bhāgavatam hearing also transformation by the way, correct? So here we say, Nasta Prayasu, Abhadrayasu, Nitya Bhagavata Seva. When you do Nitya Bhagavata Seva, that is hearing, you all inauspicious things will go away, vanish. Only auspicious in your life. Maybe we don't have sense to see that auspiciousness temporarily, but we will see one day. Okay, with that let me stop here. So Hare Krishna, thank you very much. So you have a question? Yeah, please give me. And you can ask so that others will hear. Yeah, can you give that mic please?
Thank you, Prabhupada, for the nice class. You mentioned how Diti was purified by performing the Vrata for 1 year. But I've heard in lectures that the service we are doing is not important, but the consciousness that we are doing the service is important. So how did Diti became purified, even though she kept on thinking on how to kill Indra even? So how did she become purified?
Yeah, thank you. So her consciousness, so through devotional service, one is our impurities will go away. That's one. So next, and our consciousness is so much engrossed in Lord Krishna. How is this possible? First, of course, she had a very nice spiritual master. Her husband, Kashyapa Muni, Kashyapa is the father of all the devas, such a powerful husband. And the instruction that husband has given as a spiritual master, she followed those instructions perfectly. So if we also follow our spiritual master's instruction, Prabhupada's instruction, Lord Krishna's instruction perfectly, then obviously while following, our mind is always engaged in those thoughts. When our mind is engaged on those thoughts, now we have intelligence. Intelligence trying to control our mind. What actually happens is our intelligence becomes spiritual. See, we have a body, we have senses, we have mind, and we have intelligence. Correct? Usually the mind is supposed to work under the guidance of intelligence. If the intelligence is corrupted, our activity will be also corrupted, mind will also be corrupted. But if intelligence become material to pure spiritual, so in this case, because he was so much intensely dedicated in Lord Vishnu has transferred her intelligence from material, envious nature to spiritual. Because when Lord is entered into your mind, what happens? All these enemies in your mind, who is the enemies are renting our mind? Who are they renting? This Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. They have made a home. Our mind is their home. Now, you bring Lord Vishnu into your home. What happens? They become fearful, they run away. Correct? When the enemies comes, so Lord Krishna, Lord Vishnu is the enemies of enemies. So that is your Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Matsarya, they were in our mind. So when Lord Vishnu was, fully, see, 1 year of Satyayuga in celestial world, in heavenly planet, is equal to thousands of years on this earthly planet. Imagine, throughout your life, from your birth to the end, You are performing Lord Vishnu Seva. You are doing your duty materially. Always thinking of Lord Vishnu. Surely, your mind will fill with so much of Lord that all this envious nature will go away. Cheto darpana marjana. And because Lord is there, the intelligence becomes spiritual. When the intelligence becomes spiritual, what happens? The mind is fully under control. And when the mind is under control, you will be very peaceful and you will be happy. So even though she saw, 49, and Indra is telling that, Mother, I have killed. He is saying, I am a fool. I did this. But I can see they are protected by Lord Vishnu because this is the second result of your devotional service. The primary is you become Krishna consciousness. After that, she no more produced demonic children. Actually, no more children. The first two are twins, Hiranyaksha and Kaspu. After these Marutas, finished. And she became pure. Then why you need any more? She became a pure Vaishnava. So her consciousness transformed due to her intelligence became spiritual because her thoughts were always on divine. To summarize, so when our mind is on divinely thoughts, our intelligence slowly becomes spiritual. When our intelligence becomes slowly spiritual, now our mind is working under the direction of our intelligence. Mind is not taking over. Spiritual intelligence is telling what you should do. Then mind will be very peaceful in spite of turbulence. When mind is steady, we will be peaceful. When you are peaceful, be happy. Doesn't matter your situation. That is the quality one gets. Sita prajna. So in distress or happiness or material related, you will see equally. That's what Ditya has exhibited and Indra has confirmed it again. Thank you. Make sense? Okay. Hare Krishna. So time for prasada. Hare Bol.